Hey guys, Mr Handbag here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a display picture of your CSGO skins. Or you can call it a beauty shop if you like. So the first thing I did is I opened up the ALP file and then I put my texture on it. So to show you how you do that, go 3D, go to Material 72, Diffuse, Replace Texture, and then choose your file. Yep, and then we'll go back to current view. I always like to work on this view, so if you go back, and that shows the left hand side, and then we'll just click scale, move in a little bit. Okay. Alright, so to render this out, because at the moment this is, you can see it's pixelated on the edges, and this is because this is just pixels that have been dumped, they've just been dropped, and this is sort of a way that it cheats the system so you can sort of move it around really quickly and not have any sort of delay. So to render it out, the first thing I did is if you click on you only have one infinity light, and I go to blue lights, and that'll drop 3 in your scene, and then I just click on color and change them all to white and do that for each one of them. And the first one I changed the intensity to 82, second one I did 115, and I added a shadow and put it at 5%, and then the last light I changed to 93%. Now, you know, you don't have to have the same settings as me. What you want to do is, if you click on a light, and you can see what it affects. So this light affects the rim lighting at the bottom of the gun, and you know, you could, if you want a bit more shadow, you have it a bit darker. If you want to have bounce lighting, just turn it up a bit. And then the second lighting controls, this contains like the sort of the fill lighting, the main bulk of the gun. And you know, all you want to do is you want to tweak it so that it shows your sort of, I don't know, artwork, your skin to its best. So you know, you sort of want to make sure that it's highlighting the skin, the texture. So yeah, I don't want it too bright. And then this one, you see a good way as well, if you don't know what it affects, just turn it up really high and you'll see what it affects, and then just turn it off as well and you'll see. This is sort of just also sort of a bit of fill lighting, just tone it down a little bit. Okay, yeah, so I'm happy with my lighting, I'm happy with my gun. Then all you do is you press this button here, and then that will render out your gun, and it'll come up like here, and it'll say it's going to take like, I don't know, it said to me it's going to take 4 hours, and it'll just drop from like 4 to 3 to 2 to 1, and it took probably about 5 to 6 minutes to render this out. So once it's rendered, it will look something like this. So you can see that there's no pixelation, the edges are nice and smooth and crisp. So we'll go back to the ALP, and we'll pretend this is our rendered out version. And then if we go to layers and then click on the layer with the ALP on it, press Ctrl A to select all, Ctrl C to copy, and then start a new document and Ctrl V to paste. For the document, I don't know if it actually matters what size you use, but you know, I think you can use whatever you want. I don't know. I can't remember what size I used, but you know, I don't think it really matters, to be honest. But as long, I tried to get something sort of like HD though, HD size, so you know you've got good quality. Yeah. So I copied and pasted my gun in, and let me just hide these layers and show you how I started this up. Okay, so first, I just have this background on, it doesn't really make a difference. So I just duplicated this layer. Oh, sorry, forgot to mention, what I did is I just press Control T to transform, and then just go to the corner, and I just rotate it a little bit. Yeah, so then so I'll click on the layer that I duplicated, Control T to transform, and you click the one in the middle, and you just drag it down a little bit, and we'll say about there, apply, and then you go to image, adjustments, and it's replace color. Yeah, replace color. So you got the plus sign, click wherever, turn this up to maximum, and then get the plus sign and just click literally everything. So you get, sorry, I'm clicking on the wrong one. Yeah, so make sure that just click around so you hopefully get all the colours, and then just change it to black pretty much. Okay, and some of them haven't changed, so we just go to image again, adjustments, brightness and contrast, brightness minus, contrast minus, and it's still not done it, so just do it again. Just keep doing that until it goes away basically. Yeah, okay, now it's fully black. Okay, and then we'll just move the position of it. So I just want it just to be touching the edge of it, and then you go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and okay, so you can have harsh shadows if you want, or you can have softer shadows, or you can have like really faint shadows, and I quite like that. So press OK, and just position it a bit more. And for positioning, I'm just using the arrow keys. Yeah, so I like that. So okay, that's good. But also, you know, if you want, you could, if you have your gun this way, you can sort of do like an effect that looks like it's hovering. Looks pretty cool. So let's turn that back on, and then I'm just going to rotate it to about there. Yeah, yeah. It just makes it look like your gun's hovering, or you could sort of have it a bit closer. Gun set up. Then the next thing I did was add this shadow. So new layer. Go click the paint bucket tool and change it to gradient tool, and we want radial, and then if you click here you can choose a style, and I chose this second one, which means it goes from transparent to a colour, and I clicked reverse. No, so I didn't click reverse. No. And I know, yeah, we want it black. Okay, so if you go to view, got rulers, turn that on. And if you press, I've got mine here, and you press Control H to unhide it. So that's, and I had to move these into the center of the image. So you just drag it across, and you know, to the center, and then all you do is click the very center point, and then you just drag out. And if you don't do a lot, oh, sorry, reverse on. Okay, so if you drag out, it's very harsh. And then the further you drag from the center, sort of the softer it'll be. And I want it a bit softer than that, so let's drag it out a bit further. And just press Control Z to get rid of it, to undo it. Yeah, so that's what I like. Yeah, okay, so we've got that. And then I did another layer. And this time I turned off reverse. And I chose like a sort of grimy green. Sort of turquoise, yeah, so sort of like a slimy frog colour. And then go from the center and drag it out. Yeah, and I quite like that. Maybe it's a bit too bright though. It's a bit too green, so hue and saturation. Turn down the saturation a little bit. Yeah, I like that. So Control H, turn it off. Okay, and then all I did is just copy and pasted in my text from that I made from my skin, and then I made myself a little logo, and I just dragged that and put that in the corner. And you know, you don't have to, you know, it doesn't have to look exactly the same as this. You know, you can do so many things to make it look different, and you know, that's what you want to do as well. You want to do something that makes your skin stand out, but also emphasizes, and the main focus is the gun. You know, that's what you want to focus in, is the texture work that you've made. And you know, like I said though, you don't have to copy exactly what I've done, and I don't, you know, I'm just showing you some tricks and techniques that you can use. You want to do something that, you know, stands out and makes yours look original. You know, let's see, let's just and you know, even if something looks rubbish, you just want to experiment, and at the moment I'm just going through brushes, seeing if there's one that I like, and so I quite like that. That looks quite a cool effect. So if you press Control Alt Z and you can press it. It actually goes through your history, so you can undo multiple times, and then I don't know, it looks like a bit of a smoky effect. Yeah, that looks quite cool. And then what I do is stick a layer mask on. If you change it to black, that will paint out. And I'm breaking up the image a little bit. It's quite a cool little smoky effect. And remember, I wanted to kind of keep focus on the gun. Yeah, you know, you can do all sorts of things like that. Yeah. Well, that wraps up this tutorial. If there's any questions you've got, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll try to reply to you. If there's a subject or something you feel that I could help you with, I'm more than happy to try and make a tutorial for you, and if I can, I will. So in the wise words of Arnold Schwarzenegger, hasta la vista, baby.